Yay, we are under a Virgo moon. And we're breathing under a Virgo moon. This series is called Under a Virgo Moon. And we're talking about what that means. What is star weather? What are we feeling? And are we feeling anything that's similar? And can that relate to earthly bodies, heavenly bodies, space bodies, stars? Can we find some patterns in this? So we're calling this season Virgo. We're also calling this season spring equinox. And we're talking about the weather, the physical weather, how the ground was frozen for some of us and others it wasn't. And how we're reacting to that. And we're breathing it all in and out. In and out and in and out. In and out. And we're trusting that that breath is going to come. And it's okay to be analytical about that breath. Virgo, analytical. That's an exhale. It's got a name. This is a pause. It's got a name. This thing coming up in the future is an inhale. It's happening, and that's a pause. It's a pause. I can't talk during the inhale. I'm analyzing this breath. I can talk on the exhale a little bit. Analyzing that. Yeah, that happened just then. That was in the past. Pausing. Breathing. I can feel the now. I can think about it. I can think about the past. The future is like the sunshine, like staring into the sunshine. And it illuminates the past. And I'm seeing my life. I'm seeing the past. I'm feeling the now. I'm feeling this breath. And I'm knowing the future is there. Knowing, feeling, seeing. And analyzing it all and then letting it all go. Like Pisces is the opposite of that. Like what else? What of it? I don't know why. Whatever. Because that happens. Because it's happening to me right now. I'm just analyzing stuff and then I'm letting it go. But this is like a really great time. We're just acknowledging our analytical side. It's okay to take an inventory. It's okay to want to burn it all up and take another inventory. And then to nitpick on each one of those little items that at other times we're like, what else? Right now we're all like, okay, how are my finances? Let's talk numbers. Let's talk about that thing that I haven't been thinking about. Let me write down some feelings that I'm having about something that's about to come up. Just to acknowledge them. Be like, oh my gosh, I am feeling that. And then it can go. The amazing thing about writing something down is that it doesn't have to be in my body anymore, kind of. It doesn't have to be in my brain. It's not circulating within me so much. I put it somewhere else, basically, and then it can float away if it wants. Or it wants to float away, so it's like, do put me on a piece of paper. Let me burn. Let me travel with this smoke somewhere else, in somebody else's idea system, into somebody else's solar system. Feel the sun. Recognize that. The full moon is like, boom, bam, there's a lot of sun. And it's a sun celebration because it feels sunny out at nighttime. Maybe we have lots of energy. Most of us on the call did. We all did, actually, had more energy. And then a few days later, it was like difficult to get out of bed. Went from needing like less sleep to needing the same amount of sleep, and that transition was noted. Perfectionism. releasing perfectionism in order to give our gifts to the world. Organization. Analyzation. Do it. Plan it. The days are getting longer. We will be planting seeds in the ground. Maybe we were in the wintertime. Maybe we lived in a place where that's possible. Physically. Maybe we were hibernating. Analyze it. And exhale. Forgive it. Forgive everything that we did. Let it go. How do we let it go? We acknowledge it, maybe before bedtime. And say that energy can go somewhere where it feels stronger. Kyriel said, I like to imagine shooting it out into space and blasting it with tiny crystals. Pew! Pew, pew, pew! As aforementioned, we can let it go up in smoke. We can let it dissolve in water. A salt bath. Go in salt water. All those thoughts about the past. All those vibrations we're having in association with those thoughts. Go ahead and analyze them. And breathe them out. Or swim them out. Dance them out. Talk them out. Recognize the spring equinox. Maybe it feels more normal and more natural to be evaluating right now. And revisit the resolutions. Or maybe you didn't make resolutions because the New Year's is kind of a funny time to make resolutions. What's new when it's cold outside? Or what's new right now when the days are getting longer? Ride a wave. We can ride the cultural wave where somebody slapped something called New Year's onto a day. Or we can ride this sun wave where we're like, okay, something's happening. The days are getting longer. My body is physically feeling newer right now. Therefore, it's easier to think about newness. If you had some nebulous goals, I did, some nebulous resolutions. It's like I was surfing. I was looking behind me. I could see the swell coming. And I had some ideas about it, some thoughts, and now it's like happening. I'm like paddling right now. And all those thoughts are coming to fruition. They're getting a lot more physical. Let it happen. Let that wiggle through the body. Breathe it in. Breathe it into the knees and the calves and the heart. And the fingertips. And out, out, out. Oh, breathing meditation. Imagine that the plants are farming us. Our CO2 is so valuable to the plants. That they're farming humans. Spit it out and poop it out. Our digestion of air and ideas is essential to the balance of our ecosystems. Do it for the trees. Breathe more for the trees. And a breathing meditation is plugging one nostril and breathing in through the other one, and then breathing out through that same one that we breathed into. And then switching. In and out through the other nostril. Switch. Switch. I like to pause between my inhales and exhales. Switch. A lot of times because I'm talking. Switch. That's a balancing breath. And the pausing is this acknowledgement of transitions. Wow, that's a lot. Let's review. The stars have weather and we feel it, and it will pass. We may be worrying. There may be a sense of urgency. That's a repeated thought. Acknowledge it. Be analytical about it. Organize it. And parts of it will hang on, and parts of it will pass. The inhale is coming. The exhale is coming. We're thinking about the future. And we're thinking about what just happened. I just inhaled and exhaled. And then we're feeling it. I'm pausing right now, and now I'm going to exhale. Wow, this is an exhale, this is an exhale, this is an exhale. Pause. Holding. I'm about to inhale. So we can live in the past, present, and future simultaneously. How do we? Perfectionism and the release of it so we can give our gifts to the world. What is now? It's in the body. And it's all around us. We can breathe it in. We can feel it. And let's top this off with some practical acts of service that we can give to ourselves. We can clean something. It says clean the house, but clean anything. We can give a meal. There's a lot of earthiness going on, and we can balance the earth element by eating fruits, tree things. All right, I feel good about that. Join us. There's always more. There's another inhale coming. There's another exhale coming. So yeah, join us, please. These conversations are epic feeling. They're so validating. I want you to experience that with us. I mean, you are by listening to us. This is perfect. You are perfect. And I'm analyzing your perfection by saying it could be. With us on a Zoom call, but with us on a podcast is like energetically with us. Let's compress that space and time and just realize that everything that we're going through, we are going through together. And thank you for going through it with me. And thank you to Kyriel Clark and Sarah Dlugosh and Frank Bonilla for joining, and Hannah Clark for their exhales and their inhales and all the stuff that came out of their body. It didn't just nourish the trees, it nourished me. It's nourishing us. All right, you get it. We get it. I'll talk to you later.